Thanks for joining us on a picture-perfect Sunday night for some NBA on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Brian, the NBA...
Makes sense, Allie. Thanks. Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. And for Boston. And we're expecting an intense battle in the front court tonight, Grant. Both teams with a lot of talent in those positions.
You know, B.A., it'll be an interesting matchup here with the talent and size of their front court. It should make this game extra challenging for these squads. They can't just count on being the dominant force down low. They'll have to get a little creative.
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. Pass to Oliver. Here's Haywood. Here's Rice. There's the triple. McDaniel pulls it in. Here's Bird. To the middle. Here's Jefferson. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Rice. Pass to Oliver. About a minute into this first quarter. That's tipped. Here's Bird. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Barbosa. Lays it up and banks it in.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And you hope this early foul doesn't dissuade his aggressiveness.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Rice's shot is off. Intercepted. Down low. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there.
Here's Bird. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Personal foul.
And the Boston Celtics are one of the most decorated teams in all of sports. Think about all the rings they've won, as well as the talent that they've had on their roster.
He's off on the second. Such a rich history for the respected Boston franchise.
From the days of Bill Russell to Larry Bird and Kevin McHale in the 80s, and then Pierce, Allen, KG, Rondo winning the ring in 08. The players on this roster understand how important it is to carry on that legacy.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Oliver. The three is up. Offensive rebound, Celtics. Here's Teague. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Second team foul.
First free throw is good.
At the line for your Celtics. At the line.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Nets with a lead. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. The first free throw is good.
Shooting for Brooklyn. 2 shots.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Pass to Haywood. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the inside, Rice. Got a hand on it.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Pass to Barbosa. Soft touch off the glass. He has 6.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
Boston's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. And the Celtics call time here. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And they let that game get closer than it should have been. A little surprising it went their way.
Once again, fans.
And it's time to give you a look at the top three-point shooting teams from a year ago. The Celtics second.
Their long-range game was a huge strength. They spread the floor, found the open shots, and made the most of their chances.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Rice. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Got a piece of it, and they'll get another chance. Just 5 on the clock. Tries yet again. Here's Teague. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
You knew eventually they were going to miss one, at least you hope.
To the right side. There's the 3. And it's Oliver missing. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Barbosa. That shot missing. Boston trailing. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Pass to Rice. To the left side wing. Here's Haywood. The offensive rebound. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
At the line for your Celtics.
And he drops the first. Everyone's still finding their footing in this early part of the season, Grant. How important is it to get off to a really hot start?
Oh, it's so important to get off early to a good start, BA. You really want to build some momentum early. In some ways, it can really set the tone for the rest of the season.
Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Boston on offense, trailing by 8. Pass to Oliver. Here's Haywood. Outside T. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And let's take a look now at some numbers for him.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Pass to Barbosa. The shot. Rebound Boston. Teague's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Rice. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. No good there.
You cannot play worse offensively, although he's trying, and he hasn't made 1 shot yet. I feel for
Boston foul. Second personal foul. 3rd team foul.
That free throw, no good.
Shooting for Brooklyn. At the line.
He hits the second from the line. Now Paul. Boston calls timeout.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment. How about another hand for the Celtics?
And the Celtics in possession here. 9-point game. Here's Oliver. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, it's the reality of the NBA, RJ, but fans do seem to be paying closer attention, maybe more than ever, to players' off-court actions. What's your take on that?
Well, I truly believe that players are so focused not only on their games, but how they can now improve the lives of people around them and in their community. They are leaders in their community, and they are advocates, and it's because they have huge platforms that will allow them to make a difference. Just enough resistance to force the miss, barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Inside. Deflects the pass. Fast break, Brooklyn. He's guarded by Paul. Over to the wing. Here's Barbosa. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now. Here's Oliver. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Back to Paul. Here's Oliver. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
He's guarded by Paul. That one's wide left.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
Lets the three fly. Offensive rebound. Can't get it to fall. Now the Nets with it. They're on a 16-7 run. And a strong finish with two hands.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Brooklyn. No good on that one. Stewart, he's checked in for Boston.
At the line for 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. For Brooklyn, they've gotten 7 of 13 shots to drop. To the paint. Here's Green. No luck on that one. So the Celtics will take it the other way. To the wing, right side. Gets the three to fall.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
The Nets with the lead. He's guarded by Paul. Pass to Barbosa. Pulls up. Second chance shot. And it's laid up and in by Green.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
It's stolen away. Here's Barbosa. From down in the low post, it goes. And now an 11-point Nets lead.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Now here's Stewart. The D's right on him. Pass to Paul. Lets it go. Rebound Brooklyn. This game coming on the heels of their win versus the Knicks.
What about their offense? It was a well-oiled machine, getting them high-quality looks time and time again.
The coaching staff has been happy with how well they've executed the game plan. They operated as a cohesive unit.
Good on the second one.
When you think about it, they're trailing in part because they're giving away too many trips to the charity stripe.
1:49 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Stewart. Back to Paul. Now here's Stewart. And here's Paul. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by Green. The Nets shooting 53%, setting the tone right from the opening tip. He's guarded by Paul. He can't get that one to fall. And Boston going the other way now. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Green covering. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
He's guarded by Paul, and that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
He's putting on a show this quarter, and the team's feeding off his energy.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay. Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Down low. 26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And the Nets making a change here. Graham's checked in. Here's Brooklyn. They've got a 9-point lead. Hauled in by Paul. Out left to the wing. Fires from the wing. Not going to go that time.
Defense kind of loves dice there, and I'm a little surprised it ended up going their way with the miss.
And so it's Brooklyn
16,
with a...
the Nets, 25. And your Celtics.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Nets, what do you think, guys?
It's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Winning the turnover battle is so important. They've been sharp so far, and it's showing up on the scoreboard.
On the floor for the Nets. And the bucket is good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to McDaniel. And he goes in for the dunk.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Here's Rice. Fires the three. And it's Oliver missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
Oh, amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages him to keep attacking on the offensive end.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Balanced play has given them the lead and also quieted this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Going all in, that was the 2K drive. Well worth a second look.
Yeah, talent is one thing, but it's about the want to. Up big, but not settling. Continue to press the attack.
Well, you ask any team executive, they're all looking for the next Giannis. The problem is there aren't many like Giannis.
That is so true, B.A. Good luck with that, team executives. But reality, look, with the way the NBA game has evolved, positionless basketball is what it's all about. You combine that with size, skill, and talent, that's a dangerous combination, and that's what every team needs.
Pass to Teague. Here's Oliver. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Personal foul.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
At the line for your Celtics. At the line.
And he's good on the second. And Brooklyn has possession. And following this one, they'll take on the Nuggets in Denver. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip. and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
No good on the free throw.
At the line for the Nets.
And no good on the second free throw. So 0 for 2 there.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in, but he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Haywood. Here's Oliver. From downtown, nails it from beyond the arc.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Blocked. And they get it back. Here's Jefferson. Another shot. That shot off. And it's Boston the other way. Fires for 3. Haywood shot is off. The Nets have gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. And a two-handed jam.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the second quarter. Pass to Rice. And here's Teague. To the middle. Rebound Brooklyn. Here's Barbosa. 26 points for him last game against New York.
And he made a living at the line as well. Got there over and over and did some damage.
Pass to McDaniel. Unable to get that one. And the Celtics going the other way now. Here's Oliver. Now here's Teague. Five to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Here's Haywood. They get the rebound. Okay, knockout. Man. Wow. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
BA, forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, with the yearly roster moves, it might be hard for the casual fan to keep track. But Commissioner Silver said it's a necessary side effect. He said, quote, "We tried to tie performance to pay in a closer way, and I think that's what you see with shorter contracts." Brian, more player movement has been the result.
Yeah, good point, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Rice. Goes back up. And he gets that one.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Here's Jefferson, and he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
And the Celtics in possession here. They trail by 18.
They might start using him a little bit more sparingly with 3 fouls already before the half.
He misses the free throw.
I don't even think he had 1 free throw before halftime, but he's making up for it here in the second.
Second free throw, no good. RJ, you played with some of the greats. LeBron, Duncan, Dirk, Jason Kidd, just to name a few. But if the game were on the line, who would you want taking the last shot? Putting you on the spot here.
I'm going to be really honest. I have been in great situations with all of those guys, and they have all delivered. So this isn't, but I'm going to go with the person that's delivered the biggest shot of my career, and that was Kyrie Irving. He hit the clutchest shot in NBA history. Argue with me if you want. You're going to lose it.
Yeah, no argument here. And it's rejected. Here's Bird. Bearing his second of 3 attempts. Here's Rice. And Boston calls time here.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
For your Celtics Youth Dance Team. All right, fans, let's give it up for Boston's own Celtics Entertainment.
Green covering. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Jefferson. Rebound Boston. And they're on the break. Here's Paul. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Pass to Jefferson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Stewart, he's checked in 14.
Into the lineup for the Celtics, Stewart.
He's guarded by Paul. Inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
High-value assist there. Finding him inside for the finish.
To the inside. Stewart. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
At the line.
That's good from Stewart. Brooklyn in total control. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. He's guarded by Paul. Down low. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Second.
Yeah, they really need to double team him.
Third team foul. At the line for the Nets. At the line for 1.
The Celtics shooting only 31% in the second quarter of this one. Rebounded by Green. Green's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Reed. He's guarded by Paul. Offensive rebound.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Puts up a 3. He buries it from 3. He has 6.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Tries again, and he takes it up and lays it in.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Boston has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. The 3. Jefferson grabs the miss. And here are the Nets now.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
Outside Paul. Pulls up on the wing. The rebound by the Nets. Here we go. Can't connect from short range. And for Boston, they're shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Off target from outside.
Oh, wow. He's yet to score this quarter, and it's not for a lack of trying. They just need him to make something.
Pass to Stewart. Green against Paul. 3:41 left in the first half. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. And for the Nets, they're shooting 56% today. Banked it in off the glass. He's got 25.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
There's 1:12 left in the first half. And he bangs it home with one hand.
The BA, when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. He's guarded by Paul, and it's hammered home by Green.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Back to Stewart. Clock at 6. And Green comes to help. Pass to Stewart. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
That's a costly error. But let's see how they bounce back.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Here's Barbosa. He has 7. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense.
Shooting for Brooklyn. Shooting 1.
And the technical free throw missing that time. They'll retain possession here, however. 12 seconds left in the first half. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
For Brooklyn at the line.
9 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Oliver. And it's blocked. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Nets opening up a huge gap. And don't go.
The Nets, 63.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, it was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. Competing with the chip on their shoulders, they started things off with an 11-3 run. At the end of 1, they were already up 9. Then in quarter number 2, it was all. And that's going to do it.
Here they come.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Well, Brooklyn's shooting a fantastic 57%. Pass to Barbosa. The 3. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
And then for the Brooklyn Nets. Here's Rice. Here's Oliver. Looking to get it going. It's tipped.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And for the Celtics. Inside, McDaniel. Count the basket.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Second half rolling along. About a minute played here. Pass to Haywood. Here's Oliver. And he hits the jumper. He has 6.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
To the paint. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Here's Rice. That one rolls around and rims out.
It hasn't been all bad shots for him, but you wouldn't know that looking at his percentage from the field.
And they get it back. And he dunks it down.
Adding the stat sheet, getting the board, and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation. Pass to Haywood. Fires from deep. The shot misses, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
They've been able to attack the defense before they get set, really making the most of their fast break opportunities.
Next foul. Fourth personal foul. First team foul.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Pass to Oliver. Here's the three.
Trying to get it going. Only 1 for 5 to start the second half.
Boston again missing.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone. Leaving absolutely nothing on the table right now. Their focus and execution has been outstanding.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the track.
Foul. Fourth personal foul. Third team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
The line for your Celtics. Rice.
And he makes the first but misses the second. The Nets have gone 6 of 7 and appearing confident in this half. Check by T. McDaniel. And he makes it. Give him 8 points now.
I just love the ball movement.
The Celtics have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Foul. Fourth team foul.
The first one falls.
At the line for your Celtics. At the line for...
He does not get the second one.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Here's Barbosa. He's got 13. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Pass to Oliver. It's blocked. Here's Barbosa. He's got 15. Here's Jefferson. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
Oh, yeah, I can't agree more. They haven't missed.
Here's Rice. Pass to T. Here's Rice. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets. The Celtics making a switch here. Stewart's checked in, and good on the second, so he makes them both. Now the Nets with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Barbosa. To the middle. Here's McDaniel. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Pass to Rice. Here's Oliver. That three's off the mark.
He knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, but he's still been unable to connect from deep past the break.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
To the inside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Fifth personal foul. Team is in.
That free throw no good. Ball, he's checked in for Boston. And the Nets also making a change. Graham's checked in. The Nets shooting a red-hot 63% in this game. Pass to Barbosa. Here's Bird. Tipped away and stolen by Stewart. Here's Rice. Now Paul. Left side Teague. Shoots from 12. The shot no good. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Here's Barbosa. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Paul with it. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, the NBA markets itself behind its star players, but Commissioner Adam Silver understands what makes the game tick. He said, quote, "This is a team sport. In order to truly win championships and compete at the highest level, all the players have to come together."
So true, Allie. Thank you. And here's the fast break. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational. But man, the defender really went after him.
And he knocks down the first one.
Shooting for Brooklyn.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Boston has got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Pass to Stewart. And here's Paul. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Boston again missing. Down low. In transition.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Boston with the ball. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. Inside. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. So the Nets making a switch here.
Now into the lineup for the Nets. Reed.
Here's Paul. They double team Paul. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition sails.
Brooklyn with the ball. And the Nets shooting 65%. Their offense has been on another level. Here's McDaniel. Off target with a close range fadeaway. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup. He's got 5.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
Yeah, he has that fight in him. Love the aggression at the rim when they are trying to claw back into the game.
Foul. Stewart, first personal foul, third team foul.
And he makes the first.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
Good on both. The Celtics shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Pass to Stewart. Green covering. McDaniel pulls it in. Now the Nets with it. He can't hit that time. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And they recover it. And now the Nets on the break.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
First one falls for him.
At the line for the Nets, McDaniel.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
He's upped his aggressiveness, wanting to get to the line more and doing just that.
Outside Paul. Lets it go from deep. Kept alive by Boston.
Yet another possession they've managed to hold on to. They are really in control on offense.
Shoots from 12. And out of bounds. Boston will have it.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Boston on offense. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Pass to Stewart.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
A minute 50 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Give him 8 points now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
I can't lie. I love to see that kind of physical play under the rim. He boxes out and claims the rebound.
1:21 left in the third quarter. Oh, it's blocked by Green. Pass to Reed. Back to Green. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
For Brooklyn.
Free throw good. Green.
The line for 2.
And both free throws good for Green. Boston's shooting only 23% so far. There's 45 seconds left in the third quarter here. To the paint. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good. Oliver's checked in for Paul.
At the line for...
So hits 1 and misses 1 at the line. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Graham. Here's Reed. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Green. Uses the glass on the layup.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
The free ball. And the basket by Oliver. He's got 10. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Down low. Here's Graham. And finished off by Graham.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? And so it's Brooklyn showing no mercy and just piling it on, looking dominant and focused right now. Their defensive efforts have paid off. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big man in the league today than we've ever seen.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for the Nets. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Right wing. Here's Reed. Here's Green. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Pass to Peterson. And Grant, as NBA players start to have more of a platform, we still hear those who say shut up and dribble. What are your thoughts about this?
I think it's silly and it's unfortunate. And if you don't like it, then change the channel. But players today, matter of fact, everybody today has a voice through their social media channels. And it just so happens that NBA players have large platforms that reach people all over the world.
Now, don't expect the players to be anything other than themselves. Pass to Reed. Four on the clock. He takes it in. And the layup is good off the glass. He has 29 now.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Peterson. Graham covering. And again, Boston with the triple.
This is their plan in the second half, to try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
Pass to Reed. Jacks up a three. Sinks it from distance.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Now here's Grant. Over Green. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
I'll tell you, when he rises up to shoot and with his height advantage, oh, he knows he's going to get a clean look.
Yeah, the defender just lacks the reach to be able to contest him properly.
Reed. Three-pointer, no good.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
And rejected. They get it back. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
He had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. You know, RJ, we've seen it for years. The final minute of a game can take up to 20 minutes of real time, or sometimes longer. You think that's something the league needs to look at?
Well, the league wants to look at that, but you also have to make sure that you keep the integrity of the game. If there is strategy that you can use, whether it's taking a foul or calling a timeout, you try and use it. So the league has to make sure that they find that delicate balance of flow, but also allowing people to use the rules.
Here's Graham. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Personal foul, first team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. The Celtics making a switch here. Stewart's checked in. Both good from the line that time. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now.
Next foul, third personal foul, first team foul.
Here's Peterson. 4-3.
Since hitting 2 triples in the first half, he's been non-existent from out there.
Here's Bird. Here's Graham. Pass to Bird. Here's Barbosa. 5 on the clock. Second chance effort. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. 33 points for him.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Here's Peterson. Hey, we've heard a lot of coaches say, including Warriors coach Steve Kerr, about load management. If you want to see the Stars play more often, cut the schedule back. Maybe 72 games. Grant, your thoughts?
You know, B.A., this is a problem and a concern, I think, for the league. You go back 20, 30 years ago, Stars played every night when available. Now you're not seeing that with the workload and the back-to-back and the concern with players and their safety and the amounts of money they make over their contracts. 72 games is a possibility, but I prefer to keep it at 82. Maybe I'm just a traditionalist. That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots. Seeing that play develop ahead of time, hits his man in stride.
Here's Barbosa. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second team foul.
No debate there. He got hammered.
First free throw is good.
Taking 2 shots.
It's both from the stripe. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Pass to Peterson. Picked it out of midair. He stops. He pops. The rebound by Stewart. The Celtics have gotten 6 of 10 attempts to drop in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Oh, swiped away. Here's Bird. Back to Graham. Pass to Bird. Beyond the arc. Hits the trifecta.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
And the lack of defensive pressure on shots like that is a big reason they're down by double digits. Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
And the NBA always tinkering with the rule book, Richard. Any rules you'd like to see changed? The Richard Jefferson effect?
No, a lot of people ask me about the 4-point shot, and I just tell them, do you see where Steph and Clay and Damian Lillard are shooting from now? Where are you going to put a 4-point shot? All we're going to do is reward those guys for a skill that they already have. And I think sometimes you also have to look at the impact that it will have on the game of basketball. If you just have kids trying to shoot these shots or trying to see where they can come from, then you have no idea what it will do to their skill impact. So I don't think that that would be a good thing for the game of basketball.
Here's Peterson. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Bird. No good on the triple.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Pass to Graham. Here's Peterson. Three-pointer off the mark.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And Barbosa gets it to go.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Three-pointer, Stewart. And the three-pointer goes.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Well, the NBA has gotten tougher on flagrant fouls, but you see instances where guys get hurt. They miss a lot of time, and yet There's only a one-game penalty for the fouler. Something to look at, you think, RJ, or no?
Well, if the flagrant results in games missed due to injury, then maybe the fouler should miss more games. The only problem with that is you can see players starting to embellish on their injury in order to make sure that other people get suspended. That's how petty our league is.
Fires the three. Rebound, Boston. With the layup. Brooklyn has gone 3 of 7 from the perimeter during the fourth. From the baseline. Stolen. Pass to Peterson. Second shot opportunity. No good on the layup. Brooklyn has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Here's Bird. Launches a three. Yet another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Well, Grant, in the pace and space era of the NBA, it seems like the rate of free throws league-wide has declined dramatically.
Yeah, I love that, B.A. It keeps the game going. There's a flow to the game, and we like it as broadcasters, and you know the fans love it as well. So I hope the league will continue on this trend. And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
First personal foul, second team foul.
That one's off. The Celtics making a switch here.
At the line for two.
And he sinks the second.
Ooh, you hope that leaving points at the line won't come back to haunt them.
Brooklyn has gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the fourth. Pass to Barbosa. Inside. Boston with a rebound. Stewart's got his 5th rebound in this one.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Nets.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And they pick up their 4th win of the year. Every victory so sweet in the association.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them. But it must feel great to take the first meeting. It's nice they found their rhythm here, but the clock is just not their friend.
It's a shame, really. If they've been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
Here's Barbosa. Pass to Bird. Grant with a steal. And here again, the Celtics in transition. Up the court they go. Tipped. And that one's good. Stewart. 24 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Barbosa. Lets it fly. And they get it back.
Yet another possession they've managed to hold on to. They are really in control on offense.
And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Second personal foul, 3rd team foul. At the line for the Nets.
The first one falls.
For 2.
And he can't hit the second. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.